Blessings, 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 blessings be unto you. This is Mercedes Work, and welcome to the Mindfulness of Healing, an associate program of sacredkey.com. I would like to invite you to subscribe or like the video or push the bell notification so that you will be notified when I post a new video. I don't have a posting schedule. It's really, truly inspired. The other thing I'd like to ask you to do is to visit sacredkey.com, sacredqi.com, to sign up for the newsletter there so that you will become informed of when I am doing the events and gatherings, communions, and retreats, so that you can come into a community that is prayerfully minded as you're moving through your healing experience. That was a mouthful. So I want to talk with you about divine source energy, God, creation. Before I knew anything about anything, I had been in yoga classes and taken some Reiki, and my language, my spiritual language had come through, but it was a mess, let me tell you. Adjusting to that was one of the most confusing times on my spiritual expansion. And so I was losing my house. It was the recession of, I don't even know what year. I think it was 2000, somewhere between 2010 and 2012, and I was losing my house. It's just period. And I was in pretty rough physical shape, and I had been instructed through spirit to take the only money I had at the time and to go to New Mexico. And I don't know why. If I look back on it, I don't even think that I had some wild opening expansive time, other than I was away. I got away, and probably the first vacation I've had, I was able to pack up my dog and we just left. I had no home. I just had what was in my car, my dog, and everything else was in storage. And right before I left, I was very, very sick. I think I probably had pneumonia. I mean, everything was raspy and rattly, and I was trying my best to take care of myself, and the crew was helping me pack, and we were under deadline, had to leave on a certain day by a certain time. And I can remember guidance saying, pray Yahweh 108 times, 3 times a day. That was the only instruction, and that's all that I did. I didn't even sit. I probably, in hindsight, looking back, I probably didn't even sit in contemplation and bask in the energy that was created or anything like that. I just, I did my 100. It was almost like, okay, I got to do 108. I had a mala, and I did 108, and then, I had morning, noon, and night, and I don't know that anything really crazy good happened. But I was guided. I think that was the thing. I think when I'm looking back at that time, I don't know if there was like almost like an internal weaving of me remembering and coming into a frequency with Source. And I can even remember having to look up Yahweh, because I didn't even know that Yeshua, Yahweh, God with a G instead of, so the unknown, unnamed, not to be uttered name of God is, the 72 names of God in the Hebrew traditions and the 99 names of God in the Muslims traditions. God was God. I hadn't. God was whatever I had conjured up in my mind, and I did believe in a higher source and a higher power. I did believe in what I would consider to be the goodness of God, but I did not have. I wasn't going to church on Sundays at that point. You know, with any amount of discipline or commitment. Everything was just me. Everything was just me. And at that point, I don't think the crew was even. Well, we were doing some things. We would do because I had taken yoga, so we were doing some meditations together and things like that. But we weren't doing anything that I would consider to be anywhere close to the work and the practice and the communions that we do now. So what I've come to understand is Yahweh has a specific vibration. I am has a specific vibration. Your loving relationship with God has a specific vibration. And I'm using the word, it has a specific frequency and it has a specific vibration. So the frequency is how it manifests, how it becomes, like the body is vibrating as the same essence as your inner essence, that divine essence, but it's densified, it's vibrating at a slower rate. The frequency is a slower rate so that it can come into use. Right? And so what I have found over time is that I am experiencing God in everything and everyone. I am having an experience. And that experience is a divine expression of God, of the divine. Right? So I am experiencing and I am expressing. I am, as the I am that I am, is experiencing, and I am is expressing. So it becomes a relationship, an exchange, a communion. And this can be very personal. It can be very, very, very personal, and it can be very intimate. I believe that we pray through every breath, and every breath is a prayer, every word is a prayer. And I get challenged on that because I have a favorite swear word that I use pretty persistently through the deepest of the healing moments, and I'm trying my best to not use it so much. And because it is a frequency and it is a vibration. And once you understand that God is that energy, frequency, and vibration, and it's almost like it's a quiver, it's a quiver. And I have been deeply moved by that, and I think that, I've sat in MRI machine saying I am that I am, or Yahweh, just before we get started, and it has been a calming expression and experience. My guidance is saying that to bring another E into this, and that E is enlightenment. I don't generally speak in terms of ascension and descension and all of those kinds of words. That means that we are going someplace, that we're going to be in a better place, or a worse place, a better place. That I say sometimes that I have become a better person, and in my expression, that means, in my words, is because I have been in the frequency of love for my healing, I hopefully am a more loving person, right? So that is the other thing, is that when we lose the personality and characteristics of how we envision God and our relationship with God, and we come into a true vibratory relationship with the divine source within us, and the divine source that is, then I now become as God is. I am as God is. And I have prayed that because I know not what to do. I know not what to do, but I know that God is present. And you will hear me say at times, I am present and I am here. And that is how I go into some of our communions, because the I am is present. The I am is here, right? So I would invite you to simplify, maybe down to 5 words, or 1 word, how you want to come into vibrational alignment or relationship with the divine spark, the divine that you are. And another thing that I will say is, I don't fight cancer. I don't fight cancer in my body. Cancer is an experience, and it is an expression. It is an experience of the divine, and it is an experience, and it is an expression of the divine and through the divine. A lot of times people will say, how, excuse me. A lot of times, people will say something about their physical appearance because of the medications and things. And I view my appearance as being a divine expression. I am still the same essence of the divine, even if the outer casing has changed in some way. So I do not fight cancer because I do not want to be in conflict with, in opposition to, a divine expression. And that sometimes takes a little bit of an adjustment to not be angry. And as I know that cancer is a divine expression, and as I know that I can effect the change that I want through the divine, I know that I can influence, effect, come into alignment and balance and harmony with the forces of life that support my awareness and my aliveness. Now that was a whole bunch of words, but basically what I'm saying is that I align with the life force of God. And in my knowing, I bring up that frequency, and it is truly my belief alone. I'm not quoting scriptures, I'm not quoting gurus, there is no scientifically based evidence here. This is just what I know to be true for me, and I invite you to explore what is true for you. But I know that in my awareness, as I expand and come into relationship with that life force that is the God essence within me, that is life, and life is always present. Life was present when I came into existence. Life was present as I was born. Life was present as I grew from toddler to adolescence to teen to adult. Life is present. Life is not dependent upon my bodily structure. Life is an energy and a flow of energy. And for me, that means that life is a energy and a frequency of source itself. So I amplify in my in my prayer, in my those 180 utterances of Yahweh, life. When I sit, I am sitting in the compassionate presence, and I am sitting to amplify and fortify and be the frequency and be in the awareness of the amplification of the life force that is flowing within me and all around me. In me, through me, and all around me is the amplification of life itself. So I'm going to do a few Yahwehs just so that you can see what that would look like. And then I would invite you to come into, we did the I am that I am on the other video. That is absolutely a blessing. Yahweh is a different frequency, and you may sit and say Jesus, or Yeshua, or Jehovah. One not too long ago, actually, I had a wonderful bubbling up. The wisdom key came up, and it was Jehovah. And when I looked up Jehovah, Jehovah is the healing frequency of the divine source. Okay, let's get started. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And always remember, at your own pace, your own rhythm. I'm just a guide. You're staying within your capability and your rhythms. That's so important, to come into your internal, it's really funny. I heard eternal internal rhythm, knowing that those are one and the same. And we may vary the rhythms of the Yahweh so that you can experience what changing up the rhythms will look like. But to get started now, we will just say Yahweh. Yahweh. Breathing in. Exhale, Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Breathing out. In. Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Breathing in. Yahweh. Resting here for a moment. Breathing in. Exhaling. Yahweh. Inhaling. Breathing in. Breathing in. Resting here for a moment, feeling the vibration. humming. Breathing in. Breathing in, humming. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Resting here for a moment. Just feeling the vibration. Breathing in. Exhaling Yahweh. 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 Just resting here for a moment. So I hope you got to experience the differences in vibration and what it feels like, because as you are doing your communions on a regular basis and throughout the day, you may actually have an urge to maybe even go, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. And you're not going to understand where that's coming from, but you will begin to trust it and to know that all of these different frequencies are allowing your body's temple, your body's sanctuary, to come into a vibratory alignment with, I like to say, neutrality. It's bringing you back into that neutral point. And I have done this, and I have come into my state of homeostasis. When I know all is well, I have a wave of peace that flows through me. Okay? I have one more video to do, and we're going to do this same exercise using the frequency of love. so that you will be able to experience, if you don't have a name for God, that you can come into a loving frequency, a divine frequency, that will also assist in beginning to harmonize and bringing yourself into that remembrance of the divinity, and I call the divinity, that divine spark, that divine essence of source that's within you, I call the divinity. All right, blessings be unto you. Namaste.